Good morning and buenos dias, everyone. Today is an exciting show. So, we're going to go on a little bit of an astrology and tarot time traveling journey. And I hope that you can participate and get something out of this. We're going to connect with our future selves and we're going to get some insights about what's coming. Because let's face it, things are happening pretty quickly. Uh, the world is changing very rapidly. There are a lot of shifts in powers. There are some economic uncertainties. There's a lot of evolving social structures that are going on. So, what does our future hold? So, we're going to look at the sky for astrology, and we're also going to address the tarot for some answers as well. And I also included a spread that you can do on your own because all of us have a very unique journey here on Earth, aka the test plane. And I went ahead and did an example for you guys. But before I get into that, I'm going to go ahead and dive into some of the charts that are coming our way. So just to let everyone know, today we are doing a message from our future selves. Okay, this is to help us dive into the uncertainty and changes coming our way. So I'm going to start off with what's called the Navamsha chart. What the heck is that, you may be asking? Now that involves two things, okay? It is your spouse or your cosmic soulmate. It is also your dharmic journey, the things that you can expect in life. So again, this is not just about a pretty face, someone that you are looking for, like, oh, where's my twin flame? No, I'm not looking for that. I'm actually looking for what your dharma is, what you came here to do, okay? So the Rashi chart, that's your main birth chart, that shows your outward personality at this life stage. But the Navamsha, which is 9 divisions deep, that goes deep into your inner world. It reveals your true potential, your karmic destiny. It's not just a cute sidekick, your spouse. It's your spiritual DNA. Okay, so it helps you decode your dharma. The Navamsha chart is a major player in understanding your dharma. What's dharma? It's your path. It's what you came here to do. It shows how you're meant to evolve, the qualities you're meant to cultivate while in a human body. And the spiritual path should align with your soul's purpose. It's kind of like your contract, your inner GPS, guiding you towards your highest calling. Now, it does also represent marriage because these are the people we choose to go on this journey with. It reveals the quality of your married life, the nature of your partner, the capacity for commitment or intimacy. So this is not about happily ever after. It's about karmic lessons that you learn through your partnership. All right. So the Navamsha is your inner strength, your resilience, how you handle life's curveballs, what your hidden reservoirs of courage and determination are. It's like a cosmic stress test revealing your true mettle. It can also tell us a lot about the future. While it doesn't give you a detailed itinerary of your life, the Navamsha chart offers clues about your future evolution and shows the potential for growth, the qualities you'll develop, and the spiritual heights you can achieve. It's like a glimpse into your soul's destination. It also represents a planetary power up. If a planet's weak in the birth chart, you can gain strength and dignity in the Navamsha and vice versa. It's like a power up or a power down, showing how the planetary energies will ultimately manifest in your inner world and on your long-term journey. So in essence, this chart is your inner compass. It reveals your soul's journey, your capacity for growth, and any karmic lessons that will shape your ultimate destiny. It's kind of that secret sauce to understanding your dharma and unlocking your full potential. So I'm going to go ahead and give you an example of a Navamsha chart versus Rashi so you guys can really see what's going on. Okay, so this is currently then the chart of now. That is on the right. That's the Rashi chart. And the Navamsha chart is on the left there. And the bottom chart is the chart of the United States. So this is the USA's chart compared to the current energies post-eclipse. And as you can see, there's a lot of drama in a couple of houses there. Now, in the Navamsha, that is the one on the left. We're seeing a stellium in Cancer. That's house of home, family, mother, what makes us feel secure. This represents the United States' inner identity and what's under attack. If you look at the US's chart, which is on the bottom there, you can see the ascendant is in Sagittarius. So this happens in the 8th house of major transformation. And it's also going over the United States natal Rahu and Mercury. Now, Rahu can indicate foreign connections as well as immigrants. Mercury represents intellect and communications, and we're already seeing those changes exponentially. Now, if you also look at the Navamsha chart, that's the one on the left, the god of death also moves into Pisces. That's where we had the eclipse last month. This indicates endings in careers as it hits the 10th house in the D9. This is not great for the United States Dharma, the path forward. So it's important that we go in and we start making plans now, especially if you are from the US. Now, there's also a Ketu sun. Ketu's the south node. Sun is the ego. Uranus is major change, transformations, lightning moments. And that's reflected in the United States, Rashi's house of savings. That's that second house. That savings account, Social Security, medical care, they're all under attack and get to undergo a lot of transformation there as well. This is how we see what's going on as astrologers. So this is not meant to scare or cause any alarm. It's meant to inform so that you guys can really look into what you can do to protect yourselves and prepare for some of these changes. Okay, so when my guru, Komilla Sutton, you should definitely follow her channel. She's amazing. She's available on YouTube, and she's an amazing teacher as well. She went into the importance of the Navamsha chart in one of her latest videos, and it really got me thinking, what if I can use this chart to create a future tarot spread that can empower you guys, that can help you move forward into this new change? So I did a spread last night, and I combined it with the Upanishads, the Vedas, and the ancient texts. So I'm going to give you guys a deep dive into what's to come in the future. And I also encourage you to use this tarot spread to help you move forward as well. Now, before I do that, I want to say hi to some people in the audience. The lovely JR is here. It is lovely to see you, JR. Thank you for joining us. My husband is here as well. Good to see you. There he is. Lightfoot, it is lovely to see you, Lightfoot. Welcome. I hope you can get something out of today's session. Rose Blue, thank you for being here today. It's lovely to see you. I'm sorry you missed the other show due to rain. I'm glad you're here today, though. And Mosaic is back. It's wonderful to see you, Mosaic Insight. Thank you for joining us. And Lauren is here. Good morning, Michelle, Jonathan, and Astrological Tribe. It is lovely to see you, Lauren. Thank you for joining us. The lovely Samantha is here. Thank you for joining us, Samantha. It's great to see you. And Imelda is joining us as well. Oh my goodness, it's so wonderful to see you guys. Thank you for being up on a Sunday morning and sharing space with us. So, while you guys come in, I'm going to go ahead and get into the spread that we're going to be using today. And I got this from the guide, so I hope you guys can feel that it helps you on your journey, especially as we move into these uncertain times. So this is an 8-card spread. And I'm going to be doing this for the future of the United States and my place in it. Okay. Now, as you guys know, I moved to Mexico because I saw what was going on, and I have already made some changes. So this spread is designed for you to tap into your intuition and connect with your higher self, your future self, and to gain guidance and perspective in the potential future we're creating. The first card is a message from future you. What's the most urgent message your future self wants to communicate with you right now? This is a direct line from your wisdom in the future. The second card is the evolving world. What does the future world look like? What are the dominant trends, technologies, and societal structures, especially with AI coming out? Card 3 is all about the cultural climate. What is the prevailing cultural environment? The values, the beliefs, the social norms. How are people going to express themselves? Card 4 is revolutionary changes. We can feel those on the horizon. What are the most significant changes between your current self and your future self? What personal transformations are on the horizon for you? Right, and then card 5. These are the interpersonal dynamics. How are people interacting and treating one another? Is there unity, division, compassion, or conflict? Let's look at the survival economy with card 6. How are people surviving and thriving? What systems of exchange, resources, and support are in place? Because we see a lot of things going up in the air there. Then card 7 is all about power and freedom. Is the future characterized by freedom, control, oligarchy, or other power structures? What is the state of individual liberty? And card 8, guidance for your journey. What is the most important piece of advice your future self has for navigating the path ahead? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what our future selves had to say. I've already tapped into mine, and I'm going to share you what she had to say. And I've also journaled on this, so I'm going to be referring to the Vedas and the ancient scriptures on what it lies in store for what's called Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is the age that we're living in right now. It's the dark age, it's the material age. And so I went to some of the Upanishads and the Vedas and the Puranas to try to gain some context as to what my tarot cards were saying, because this is a Vedic tarot astrology channel, and I want to give you guys the most information possible to navigate some of the changes we have, not just from the tarot astrology, but also from the ancient scriptures. Okay, and the Vedas are older than the Bible. They're older. They're some of the first books, and they actually coincide with a lot of the current religions today, both Islam, Christianity, Judaism, etc. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the first card. And I'm going to be putting these up as banners so you can follow along. So this is the message from future you. This card may offer a warning, some encouragement, a specific piece of advice. It could say, don't be afraid, trust your intuition, maybe focus on community. These are just a few things that could come out from this, okay? Now, these are the cards. I got two because my spirit guides like to do a little extra credit, but you can just ask for one to keep it simple as well. But the main card I got around this was I got the Ace of Wands, but it came up reversed. So what does this tell me? This tells me not to lose my inner fire. The world will try to numb you, distract you, devalue your soul. I need to anchor myself in Dharma. That's my karmic path. That's not the beautiful Navamsha chart I showed you guys earlier. It's the only raft that floats in the storm. Okay, so I went to the Manusmriti. This is chapter 8:15 after getting this message. And it says, Dharma, when destroyed, destroys. When protected, it protects. So we need to protect this inner light. And notice that it is in her ajna. Okay, the ajna rules the third eye. It's important to remain awake during these times. I also got that people will be turning to drugs, alcohol, pills, things like that to try to deal with some of the coming changes. That's only going to further dim the light. So it's important to stay awake and stay cognizant, not only on the 3D level, but on those other D levels as well, 4D, 5D, so that we can maintain connection with our guides. Okay. Then the secondary card I got for this, it's still card 1, was I got the Six of Wands, but it came up reversed. This is the card of achievement and victory. So what this tells me is in Kali Yuga, as Dharma, which is understanding and doing the right thing, declines, even a small adherence to trying to stay on the path can offer immense protection. Our future self walked through the chaos, and it's urging us to say, stay grounded, keep an ethical lifestyle, spiritual practice, and compassion as we go this way, because victory will not be won unless you go in, not out. Because notice that she's standing on stage. She's looking for recognition from the world. That's not going to happen, at least in my case, in the case of spiritual aspirants. We need to go in, protect this light, and realize that it's not going to be as appreciated because the material in Kali Yuga is more appreciated than the spiritual. So that's basically my higher self warning me, honey, don't seek attention, fame, those other things during this time, because this is a time for going in, not going out. Okay. Now let's get to card 2. Let's look at the evolving world. This could show some technological advancements that are coming our way, some environmental shifts, political changes, which we're already seeing on the horizon. And I think that this is also bringing out a spiritual awakening. Okay, so is this a world of innovation or is it a world of scarcity? Okay, so ask yourself these questions as you pull card 2. Now, again, I got 2 cards because my guys they're overachievers. So the first and main card I got the Magician, but it came up reversed. Okay, the future will be highly technological, but it will be emotionally desolate. There will be a hyper connectivity, but inner disconnection. So cities will glow with artificial intelligence, but forests will shrink. That's just one example. Surveillance will be very high, but so will be anxiety. So simplicity will become revolutionary because the magician's power is going to be used for, like I said, technology, materialism. It's not going to be used for inner growth in the future because as Kali Yuga progresses, that's the time we're in now, there will be less spirit, more material, which will make our lives as light workers even more important. Okay. Now, in Kali Yuga, wealth alone will be considered a sign of a man's good birth, proper behavior, and fine qualities. So, people who are rich will be seen as the leaders, as the people to follow, not necessarily for their goodness or their spirituality, but for how much money they have. And this is from the Bhagavata Purana, chapter 12, verse 2 as well. And the Bhagavata Purana, Skanda 12, offers a prophetic vision that we can rely on when we see this reverse magician energy. Cities grow while villages decay. People live in fear of famine and scarcity. Technology isn't condemned, but misused. That's that magician reversed. Your future self sees a world that forgets the sacred. So the message is to reinfuse technology with sattvic purity. We have to go in, listen to our inner selves. Again, this is the high priestess. She's connecting to her crown. Her eyes are closed. She's not looking with these eyes. She's looking with this one. She's connecting to her guides. This is the way forward in the evolving world, tapping into that inner high priestess. Okay. When the magicians are going in another direction, right? So let's look at the third card. The third card represents the cultural climate. Are we seeing a culture of creativity, conformity, individualism, or collectivism? What about social justice? What's going to happen to artistic expression? All of these things are kind of on the line with these changes that we're seeing. So what I got was, this was the main card. I got the Hierophant reversed. Okay. So cultural expressions are going to be polarized. We're going to be seeing the rise of dogma. What is dogma? Dogma is an adherence to one philosophy or belief system that is held by the people in power. Who are the people in power? I went into that in the previous card. The people who hoard the wealth. Not necessarily people of good character, not necessarily people of knowledge or wisdom, but people who have money. Okay? So this tells me that this is one side will be very deeply hedonistic, driven by trends, by avatars, by algorithms, likes, dislikes, things like that. And the other side will quietly return to their ancient roots. Bhakti, that's worship, meditation, clean living. So silence and simplicity are going to be the new rebellion. Not giving into all of these outside things that are being glorified, but rather keeping a simple lifestyle separate from the technological chaos. That's the way forward. Okay. Now, I did go into a Vedic reference for this. In Kali Yuga, those with outward religious symbols, that's the Hierophant reversed, okay, they will have shifts in value, okay. or the development of new talents. So you need to understand, are you becoming more independent? Okay, what am I trying to say, guys? Okay, in the Kali Yuga, those with those outward signs, those religious symbols, they're doing it for wealth. They're not doing it for growth, wisdom, ascension to those higher realms. They will be regarded as saints. I believe Jesus referred them to whitewashed tombs full of old men's bones. Okay, their actions will be corrupt. And this is from the Bhagavata Purana 12:2-3. Okay, now culture, it'll just become performance art. But there's a sacred counter culture that can arise from this. That's the Bhakti movement, chanting, eco awareness. It's based in satya or truth. These are truth seekers and they're going to form in small pockets. But the majority of society is going to be chasing after bad mental things. Like I got the Knight of Swords reversed. So again, the mental processes will be anchored in things that are material and not spiritual, but there will still be those pockets of rebellion against these reversed hierophants that are, again, based on performance art. They're not really based in truth or ascension for anybody but themselves and their own material gratification. Okay, so let's look at the fourth card in this spread. Now, these are the revolutionary changes that we can expect. This might reveal some major life changes coming your way, shifts in your values, or the development of new talents. Are you becoming more independent, more connected, more empowered? So I asked about this. First card I got the 10 of Wands, but it came up reversed. This shows me I'm not going to see the hard efforts of my work. I'm not going to see results, especially of material work. Okay, so we're going to go through a big shift. It's going to go from survival mode into soul mode. And if you stop seeking validation and start remembering your eternal identity, that identity that never leaves, that goes from birth to birth, you go from consumption to creation, and from fear to that beautiful divine surrender. So there's an opportunity here. I got the Four of Cups. See this decline in your material efforts as an opportunity from the divine to step into something new. The Bhagavad Gita says the self is not born, nor does it die. You are on a constant evolution in your soul from various planes of identities. See this from a larger picture and you'll be able to navigate forward with more resilience. In the Upanishads, the Chandogya, this is 687, know yourself to be beyond the body and the mind. When you do this, you can see things from that more Vedic, that more spiritual, that more top-down perspective. Know that your transformation during this time is not external, but ontological. That means you start operating from that beautiful Atman, the divine inside of your heart, that higher self, rather than your ego if you choose to make ascension during this time. Okay, and this is the time to do it because spirit will be, it won't be as appreciated as the material. And we're already seeing that through our leadership. Okay, so now let's get to the fifth card in this spread. This is all about the interpersonal dynamics, what we can expect from our relationships. Are they going to be characterized by empathy, conflict, or isolation? Will there be some strong community bonds that come out of this? Is there more cooperation or more competition? What are these leaders going to require from the collective, especially because I just gave you the Navamsha chart for the US, which is kind of leading the world in this. Okay. So the first card I got around this energy, got the Three of Cups reversed. Superficial relationships will dominate. True connections will be very rare and very precious. Social media, that's going to feed a lot of ego and a lot of expression, but it's expression based on comparison, not compassion or cooperation. So do know that soul tribes will form quietly in the shadows. Devoted yogis, truth seekers, we will find each other and create sacred circles of light. Okay? But the world isn't going that way, and that's why we have to go underground. All right, why is that? They're coming for the money. They're coming for our ability to be able to self-sustain. But know that our self-sustenance does not come from the material world. It comes from spirit. Okay. The Vedic reference that I looked up for this is association with the wise and the saintly is the boat across the ocean of Kali. That's the time we're living in now. Kali means time in Sanskrit. And that's from the Bhagavata Purana 1:18:18. Okay, so satsang, because we want to turn this right side up, satsang is all about keeping good spiritual company. It becomes life-saving in the future. People will gravitate toward like vibrations, and your future self is saying, value deep over wide, essence over image. That's the main image that I got. And know that as you start to find your tribe, there will be some separations that occur. Know that because a lot of people are going to be given into the dogmas, to the materialism, to the easier path. The path of the material is easy. It leads to the netherworlds. The netherworlds are paths of a lot of material excess, gem cities, palaces, all-you-can-eat buffets. That's where most people end up because they are tied to the senses. If you can separate yourself from the sensory environment and see it as an illusion, you'll be able to get into that better satsang and invite those people closer to you. Okay? So let's go into the 6th card. This shows how we're going to shift to like maybe another type of digital currency, resource sharing, local economies, a struggle for basic necessities. Is there abundance or is there scarcity? That's the main question that I asked. And how are we thriving? How are we surviving? That's the main question you can ask your future self. I got the 3 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so resources are going to be strained. The rich are going to live in domes, the poor in data. But alternative economies rise. So this is going to bring about bartering, eco-communities, spiritual economies, that's Dana and Seva, selfless service, self-reliance, and simplicity will bring you true wealth in the future. Okay, so this is what I got from the Bhagavata Purana 12:2-10. In Kali Yuga, people will suffer due to drought, taxes, and hunger, and they will eat anything to survive. Yet, know that even in times of scarcity and a lack of cooperation, scriptures teach that simple living and high thinking, that's Santosha, Aparigraha, Ayurveda, organic farming, mindful consumption will make a quiet comeback. So even though the world isn't going this way, there will be pockets of society that will be stepping into this. Okay, and you want to make sure that if you're on the spiritual path, that that's what you're attracting and that's what you're working on. Okay, so now let's get into the card of power and freedom. This is 7 out of 8, and then I'm going to go into what you guys are seeing. Now, this card speaks to balance of power. Is the world going to be more of a centralized control panel? Is it going to be decentralized communities? Is there going to be a fight for freedom? What can we expect in this arena? So the first card I got was the 8 of Swords, but it came up reversed. Okay, so the state will become much more controlling, masked as convenience and safety. Power is algorithmic. Freedom can be found, however, within. There is a way out of this. That's why I got the 8 of Swords reversed. That will happen through mastery of mind. How do you do that? I got the Hanged Man. That's detachment. It's also about developing a new perspective and surrendering to that divine light, because you can see here, Her crown is activated as she sees this new perspective dawning. So the Vedic reference that I found for this card was, those who are wise will withdraw from the world and begin to cultivate their inner self. That's that hanged man. And that's from the Mahabharata Shanti Parva. Okay. So in the future, Kali Yuga is going to reward external power, not spiritual power, not inner fire, not that beautiful thing that helps us ascend, but true freedom beyond this illusion of Maya lies in renunciation of attachment, of ego. Your future self has tasted both, and it's telling you, choose your soul's freedom over digital illusions. That's what we're being asked to do. Okay. Now, last but certainly not least, let's ask for some guidance from the journey. And again, this is me tapping into my guides, the future, things like this. You might be getting different cards depending on your unique journey. So it's important to keep these things in mind. All right. So guidance for the journey. This is the key takeaway. It offers a more practical advice for moving forward. It's also going to help you navigate any potential futures revealed in this spread, because again, we make our own destiny. Okay, we do have free will here, even though we are bound by some of the karma from our past birth. Okay, so the guidance I got was the King of Cups, and he's sitting in beautiful meditation with a sound bowl near the ocean. So chant the name, serve the world, detach from the results of your efforts. Don't lose your humanity in this digital race that we're about to step into. Seek silence as often as possible. And remember, this is not your final home. So the Vedic reference I found for this is, in Kali Yuga, there is no way to liberation other than chanting the holy name. And that is the name of God in all the names and forms. It's mantra. That's the way out of here. And this is the core advice. When everything around us collapses, chanting, seva, that's selfless service, and satsang, that's good company, those become the light in the darkness. Those should be the focus. So I asked for a final thought from the guidance for the journey. And I got the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is, you're living in an age of illusions, but you're not powerless. You were born now because your soul chose to rise through this dense illusory world, this Maya, this Kali Yuga that we're living in. Trust that. Do not chase trends. Instead, I got the Temperance card. Embody the truth. See through the illusions that are going to be placed before us, both digitally, economically, the power structures, etc. Basically, do not sell your soul, and you will be able to rise up exponentially during this time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up to you. All right. This has been a powerful exploration for me in the potential futures that I see lying ahead. They really helped me remember that my future is not set in stone, and neither is yours, and that we do have the power to shape it moving forward. So by connecting with your future self, you can gain that beautiful wisdom and that guidance to make those conscious choices today. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get into some mantras and some other things that can help us. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and say hi to some lovelies coming in the audience. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, so many of you have come in. So lovely to see you. So Jolie James is here. Good morning, Jolie. It is lovely to see you. The lovely Nancy is here. Good to see you, Nancy. And oh, I'm so glad that you found something from the spread, Jeff. I found it very helpful, and I combined it with my own research, and I hope that you found that helpful as well. And then Rose Blue says, Dad is supposed to go home on Tuesday. Mom will call Monday. Let me know what's up. Okay, sounds good. And Let's see. Nancy got Earth Woman Tarot, Two of Cups, close relationships and holding space for others. That's going to be very important and extremely rare, Nancy. So that will make you quite an asset in Kali Yuga spiritually. I think that's really beautiful. And you can use playing cards, Rose Blue. Yes, those are things that you can use as well. And good morning, Sherry. Welcome. And yes, Rose Blue is a former Catholic. I know what dogma is. I was raised Catholic as well. Oh my goodness. And it's lovely to see you, Maruta, Madame Maru. And thank you for saying hi to Jonathan. You're so sweet. And she says hi back. And then Rose Blue, I'm getting rid of 97% of my stuff, moving in with my parents, will be more simple and quiet. Beautiful. Now I live next to the highway. Yeah, that's going to cause some noise. I understand that. And good morning, Heather. It is absolutely lovely to see you. I hope you're doing well. And then Nancy, she's on it. She's doing it. She's like, let's go. I'm ready for this. And she's like, Page of Cups, endless possibilities. You got this, girl. Really staying true to yourself as these emotional challenges come out and taking control of, even though the world is changing emotionally, if we take off our crowns and we put on our page caps and we think innovatively about our emotions, we can really push through this. So I love that, Nancy. And Imelda's glad that you're moving in with mom and dad. Okay, that's great. And then Heather says, it's so true, Michelle. I've been dealing with some of that in my relationships here on YouTube, artificial in nature, showing me my true inner circle of friends. That's beautiful, Heather. We have to really tap into those. That's good satsang, and that's what I got from my cards too. So I love that you're getting the similar messages. And now it's working. Oh, that's great. And then, yes, Jane, another spread. Good morning. It is lovely to see you. Thank you for the Vishnu sticker. It's lovely to see you. And Maruta says Nine of Pentacles. That is fantastic. That's the independent woman card. That tells me, because I think you got Wheel of Fortune the other day. So that tells me you have some resources that you can use to help yourself be more independent as these times unroll and unravel. So that's very good. I love that for you. And then Rose Blue goes, not so much of a techie, so that may help me, I guess. Okay, well, there will be people that you can tap into to help you with that, because a lot of our things will be data driven in the future. So we'll need it a little bit, but it's good to step out and keep things simple. I think that's what I got from my guides. And you're welcome, Lauren. I'm glad that that was helpful. And the lovely Viviani is here. It's lovely to see you, Viviani. I hope you're well. And I'm glad that you found it helpful, Lightfoot. Yeah, I did a deep dive into this last night, got my Vedic texts out, and just went, okay, what do these mean, guys? Tell me a little bit more about what's going on, what's to come. They had me look at the United States Navamsha chart, which I did earlier in the show, just to kind of let us all know what was going to come our way. Because the United States is making big changes, and that's going to affect the world and the West, because we're all connected. So when one major country, especially one that's held power for a long time, shifts, we can expect some major shifts to happen globally as well, because we're not a city on a hill, we're all connected. And Denise says, Sunday blessings, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining us, Denise. It is lovely to see you. And then, oh, you got the Two of Wands for your second card. Very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what opportunities come your way and how you can plan for those. Because I know that the Two of Wands is all about planning where you're going to go in the world, what you're going to do. And you got that Knight of Wands yesterday, I believe. So making those plans to maybe find where your tribe is and where you can be most independent with your practice. I love that for you, Madam Maru. And Madame Maru says, this deck took the question literally. There's an owl sitting on a globe staring at it. Love that. That is awesome. And you need to go back and watch from the beginning. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I go through the whole spread, and I'll go ahead and show it to you guys again, just so you guys can take a screenshot. So I won't read from it because I did it earlier, but here it is. Message from your future self, cards 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we just went through all of these. Okay. Okay. And then Madame Maru, you got the High Priestess for the third one. Oh, that's interesting. I got that for my second card. but I got the reversed Hierophant for the third one. So maybe you can see through the charlatans. I know, but Nancy's got that Saturn in the ninth house energy in her house. You guys can maybe team up and see through the fakes. I love that because there's going to be a lot of those guys that just sell their soul to the devil and say, I'm so godly, I'm so wonderful, but they're just doing it for the money. That's been going on for ages. You guys know that. So, all right. So I'm going to give you guys some mantras moving forward because today is the final day of Navaratri. And it's also Lord Rama's birthday. It's Rama Navami. So first off, who is Goddess Durga? I'll go ahead and show you this this beautiful, beautiful goddess. She's the who we've been worshiping during Navaratri, and she is the center. She's a central figure. She's revered as the embodiment of divine feminine power. That's Shakti. So she is a fierce protector and she's the destroyer of evil and the source of strength and courage. So while she has the power, she has a very powerful warrior-like aspect, she is also a compassionate mother who provides refuge and blessings to her devotees. So this is a very popular and powerful mantra dedicated to Goddess Durga, and it's often chanted to evoke her blessings for auspiciousness, protection, and the fulfillment of desires. And because this is the last day of Navaratri, I wanted to give you this mantra. It can offer you some divine protection. Chanting creates a sense of safety. It reduces anxiety from external threats. It brings inner strength. It can empower you with Durga's courage, making you feel capable in handling stress. It provides a lot of positive focus, so it can shift your mind away from worry to hope and positive outcomes. And it's a very calming effect. Its rhythm calms the mind. It eases that mental chatter. And it offers a lot of surrender and trust because it fosters trust and releases that need for control, reducing fear-based anxiety. And we need that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and say it for you. Om Sarva Mangalye Shive Sarvata Sadike Sharanye Tramike Doge Narayane Namostute. And we also worship her in her form of Gauri. Om Sarva Mangalye Shive Sarvata Sadike Sharanye Tramike Gauri Narayane Namostute. So I hope you found that helpful. And she is a wonderful guide to help move forward, especially when these very Rahu-like energies, these eclipse energies, are causing a lot of in the collective. And if you guys want to know what's coming, I shared the United States Navamsha chart, as well as the Rashi chart, the chart of today, and what the eclipse is going to bring before going into this spread for our future selves. Okay. So I'm going to give you another mantra because it is Lord Rama's birthday. And here he is. Now, Lord Rama he's a major deity in the Vedas. He's revered as the seventh avatar of Lord Vishnu. He's celebrated as the epitome of righteousness, embodying ideal virtues like truthfulness, duty, and compassion. He is the star player in the epic The Ramayana that narrates his life, and it's filled with trials and triumphs. So as we step into this this period of Kali Yuga brings the absence and slow dissolution of Dharma. That is the disintegration of doing what's right. So when we do our oblations to Rama, we're asking for a more dharmic way of thinking and being, especially when the world around us becomes an enemy, because this dissolution continues to take place as the age of materialism and technology and the digital age starts to mask the spiritual age. Okay, so Nama Navami, today is Lord Rama's birthday, and this is the time to honor these qualities. So worshiping Rama on this day will reinforce the importance of Dharma. That's that righteous conduct in our lives. It's a reminder to strive for integrity, courage, and selfless service inspired by Rama's exemplary life. And if you go to sivananda.org, you can get the Ramayana and other Vedic texts that I am referring to today. Okay, So I'm going to go ahead and give you a very simple mantra for him. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And as I mentioned toward the end of the spread, chanting the name of the Lord in all the names and forms, whether you are Hindu, whether you are Christian, whether you are Jewish, whether you are Muslim, remembering the Lord in name and birth and following your Dharma is the path over the sea of samsara. It's that getting through the illusion, getting through the Maya, seeking good satsang, which is good company, bhakti, which is worship of the divine name. That is the way through Kali Yuga. That is the way through all of the changes and challenges that we're going through. So today's spread was all about empowerment. It was about trying to find your way through the darkness and find that beautiful light soul tribe that is waiting for you. So I got a lot of inspiration from this, and I hope that you do as well. So if you're just going, I don't know what to do, you can always sign up for a more in-depth personalized reading to explore your unique path. I invite you to visit my website, astrologicaltarot.com, and we can go into your Navamsha chart, and we can do a tarot spread, or we can do both, because I offer astrology and tarot because I'm astrological tarot. So if you're looking to look more into your Navamsha, what your specific path has for you, I do offer that as a service. You're also welcome to email me. You just go to my website and you can get that information there. And I encourage you all to please like. I appreciate you sharing my videos and also subscribing and hitting that bell notification so that you can stay up to breast from all of the things that my guides are saying, the Vedas, the astrology in the sky, because this is a time to really be awake and be open. Now, I am not going to be here tomorrow because I take Mondays off, but I will be here on Tuesday for members, and I am offering a unique membership right now. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a workshop every Tuesday. It's only $4.99 a month, guys, and you tap in, and I'm going to be doing a lot of personalized readings for people. I do not publish these personalized readings. That's why it's members only. It stays on the members only channel. If it's something that I can share with the collective later, like Saturn in the houses or something like that, I edit out all the personal details so that I can respect your privacy going forward. Because as you could see from the spread I just did, we're going to have to go underground in some of these communities in order to shine our light and thrive during this high surveillance time that's coming. Okay, so I hope that you can join us, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm really open to any suggestions, especially if you're members, to what you would like to see in these workshops. I know that Intro to Vedic Astrology is one of them. Someone wanted to, I know Rose Blue, you mentioned wanting me to do Jasmine Crockett's chart. Again, if you're a member, I'm happy to include that into the circuit, as well as some other things that you guys have as well. So I'm going to go ahead and look at some of your comments. And Lauren says, I love that we already have established a strong tribe together over the last few years. We have a solid foundation together. Yes, I agree. That was during the Pluto return that happened during COVID. It brought us all together digitally. That's why I said it's important to know people who understand technology and data so that we can still connect in a private way in the future. So we're not being asked to completely get rid of it, enough to connect, but not enough to get lost in it. That's at least what I got from the reading. And then I could use cards. There would be certain tarot cards not represented. Yes, you could. You could, definitely. You can also use oracle cards for this spread as well. And you can also sit in meditation and ask the guides what they have if you don't need cards as well. And then Maramaru, you got, for your fifth one, you got Ace of Swords and Five of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, so I got, like I said, that Nine of Swords and the Three of Cups reversed with that Page of Pentacles reversed energy. So it sounds like just keeping your mental acuity, despite the fact that the world is going to be going through a lot of material hardship, is going to be key for you. That's interesting. And the mosaics have reminded me of the Beatles, my sweet Lord. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, the Beatles actually have a cafe and a little temple up in Rishikesh, which is a very ancient, beautiful city in India. In the Himalayas, they were followers of the Vedas as well. So I love that you mentioned the Beatles. And then Lauren says, I did also, Michelle. Thank you for your efforts. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. I'm here to help. We're a tribe. We got to stick together, right? And then, oh, I love that you loved my Lord, Alleluia, my Lord, Hare Krishna. That's wonderful, Guru Brahma, Vishnu, yes. I love that you are getting into Bhakti Mosaic. That is beautiful, beautiful. And she's singing in the chat, singing. Love it. That is the way through this. So sounds like you're part of my tribe, Mosaic. That's awesome. I love that. And then Jane said, I saw George Harrison live and he did this song. Love it. And you can email me your details, especially if you are a member. You can also tell me in the chat during the members only, and we can talk about that as well. Okay. And then, yeah, and then, oh, you're still going, Maru, Madam Maru. So the 6th, you got, let's see, Four of Wands. Okay, so that is all about coming together, forming those connections. I got Three of Pentacles reversed, which I think was more of a warning for the types of projects that I needed to be looking at in the future. So I was asking more about what was going on in the world. This is what's going on in your life. Sounds like it's going pretty well for you, Madam Maru. So really rely on those little celebrations. It sounds like, ooh, when I think of the Four of Wands, I think of shamanic energy. That could be in your future, bringing people together for divine celebration, bhakti, music, and connecting people through ceremony. That's what I got from the guides for you. That's cool. Yes, Tuesday is your safe place. If you're a member, I don't share, again, we're just going to be there privately talking to each other and going through what's coming, and I look at your charts. And then let's see, for the 8th, you got the 8 of Cups. Interesting. I got the King of Cups for that energy. So 8 of Cups is walking away from what emotionally doesn't serve you anymore and heading up that mountain. I see the 8 of Cups as, you know, he's got a staff and he's going up the mountain. He's stepping into hermit mode. He's stepping away from a lot of things that he held that made him feel emotionally secure, and he's going on his own journey. And that's the hermit's journey. That's the journey within, not the journey on the outside. So it sounds like you're going to be doing a lot of work, Madame Maru. That's exciting stuff. And so that is going to be same time in the morning. So I believe, I think you're on Eastern time, right, Jane? So Eastern time would be a 9:30 a.m. Okay. Central would be 8:30, and Pacific would be 6:30 tomorrow. And that's if you're a member. It's only $4.99, guys. And I'm looking at your charts and I'm giving you guys some pointers moving forward. Okay. So also email me if you guys have any ideas, or you can just put it in the comments if you're a member, and I'll put it on a list. I'm already making a list of things that you guys have asked for. Okay. And you're welcome, sweetie. And it's lovely to see you, Swampy. Welcome, sweetie. We hope you can check the replay. We had a really good spread today. So, this was fun. I really enjoy spending time with you guys. So I will see you on Tuesday for our members only show. I am really looking forward to that. Bring your charts. I will have the chart calculator that's in the description here if you haven't pulled up your chart already. If you have any confusion regarding your chart and you're a member, go ahead and email me or text, and I'll go ahead and I'll try my best to get back to you. Know that I do get a lot of emails, and if I don't get to you, you can remind me in the chat during the members only, okay? Because the reason I'm going members only, as you can tell by the spread I just did, we need to keep some of our information private moving forward. That's the main reason I'm doing this. Again, I make less than half on these memberships. The reason I'm doing it is it privatizes the chat, and it's the easiest way to reach you guys, okay? So I hope this was helpful, and I am sending you all tons of love as you go into next week. And I hope you get a lot out of this spread, because I certainly did. Okay. Om Shanti. Om peace. Om love. See you Tuesday.
Sacred knowledge from the stars. Vedic truth heals ancient scars. Mantras clear the karmic way, bringing light to guide each day. Let the planets show their signs as the cards and stars combine. Ancient wisdom flows through